places in America, and where it started was those railroad tracks, and I went on all these great adventures. And at the end of it all, probably my most favorite place is right here. It's along the banks of the river. I love that people put these chairs out that anyone can sit on. And what I love about it is it's close to the river, but it really exemplifies the change of seasons. You come here in summer and it's warm. You come here in fall, which we're right at the start of, and you have all the leaves change. You come here in winter and the river is frozen over, but it's beautiful. You come here in spring, a lot of times the river is very large, very high because of all the melting. And that's life. You have your summers, you have your winters, you have your spring, and you have your fall. And the seasons of life, the seasons of nature, there's a rhyme to it, there's a reason to it. Nobody's gonna have forever, I certainly don't. But I'm glad there's the Mississippi. I always come back to it. It's probably my favorite place in the whole country, right here. I just think about all the adventures I went to, and I'm glad I set out. And there's something about seeing the change of seasons and the change in the river. Isn't that kind of all the American dream? You know, Mark Twain, Huck Finn, and Tom Sawyer, they hop a raft and they go down the river. They go down the Mississippi, this same river that I used to look out on. And the railroad tracks, the churches, the grain mills, the university, and the big muddy. And even though I can't really see it like I used to, but I still feel it. I feel the energy of it. And the Mississippi, the father of waters, that's what the natives called it. And this is the place I always come back to. And sometimes I just want to lay down and say, you know what, if that's it, this is the place where I want it to be. But it's not over yet. And just like you have to understand there's a winter, there's a fall, there's a spring, there's a summer. There's times in your life when you're going to be down. There's times when you're going to be handicapped. And eventually you go through all the seasons. You meet your maker. And that's what it's supposed to be. You don't have forever. So when you are able-bodied and you're vigorous and you have a great family and your kids are young, go out and see it. That's what I've always told people. Up that way is Lake Itasca, where it starts. Down that way is the Gulf of Mexico and New Orleans, where it ends. So definitely spend some time seeing both. And you see Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Tennessee, all along the way. It's the same river. And I like, wherever I was, I would get to the Mississippi and I knew I'd just head north and I'm going to make it home. So that's kind of a theme. Just head north along the river and one day you'll make it home. And I like to think God has a plan in it all, and that's the way it ends for us as we eventually go north and the North Star takes us home along the Mississippi back to Minnesota. But it's funny because I don't feel like when I first came here as a boy or a teenager, I was so eager to go and so full of life, and now it doesn't feel like it's spring, it doesn't feel like it's summer, it feels like it's well into fall. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about my life. It's not winter yet, but it's definitely late fall. And I like to see it. You see the river in all the different seasons, and each one teaches you something. When you're growing up and you can't wait to go when you're a teenager, and there's cars and there's girls and you think the whole world in front of you, because it is. And then in your 20s or your 30s, but now, 47 feels old, and my body definitely feels it. But I still got things to do, and I still think there's lessons to learn and there's things to teach. I didn't go all these places and have all these adventures just to say that's it.